Hi, beautiful mommies. So today we discuss bilingualism. Okay, the question from one of our moms, actually from about 8 moms on the forum, is what to do if the child is exposed to two languages in the household. So the research over the last couple of years has shown us that sticking to just one language is actually detrimental to the child's future in the sense that just imagine that you are speaking Cantonese, right? But for the purposes of, teaching English, you switch to just English. And then the child grows up and they're 10 years old and you're sitting with your parents speaking Cantonese. And guess what? Your child is not understanding what's happening, right? They are completely out of the loop. So this is a problem. It's a social problem that we want to avoid. You want your child to be part of your family. You want them to always understand whatever it is that you say in the future. So the research over the last 5 years or so has changed the approach. It used to be the old way that you stick to one language and that's how the child will speak better and faster. Yeah, but then they may speak faster, but then what happens down the line? Right? So here's the way we handle this situation right now. You got to you got to keep on speaking your dominant language with your child, whatever your dominant language is, whether it's Cantonese, whether it's English, whether it's a mix. So some parents speak, sometimes there's even a phrase, a word for that, Spanglish, right? A mix of Spanish and English. And it's a thing. So this is how you speak comfortably. So however you speak comfortably is the way you should be speaking with your child. It's best not to do Spanglish or literally mix the languages, but if that's the only way you can speak, then that's the way you're going to speak. Here's the reasoning behind that. Typically, when parents speak to their children in their natural dominant language, they'll cover more than 1,000 words, right? Sometimes even in an hour. If they are focused on just speaking one language and possibly not their dominant language, it's going to be reduced to maybe 50 words an hour. And so what happens is the child misses out on the experience of hearing that much of language that they really need to hear. So you have to speak your dominant language and the language that you're comfortable in. What do you do if you want to speak Cantonese, but you want to teach the child English? So in that situation, you got to do, I usually recommend 2 or 3 10-minute sessions per day of that language. If you cannot do 3, do 1. But, you sit down with the child and for 10 minutes, you just focus on speaking that other language. All right. So if the situation is reversed, if your dominant is English, and then your husband or your significant other speaks, Spanish, then what you can do is that's actually even a simpler situation. You keep on speaking English, your husband or significant other keeps on speaking Spanish, and the child will eventually code switch, and they will learn both languages. Okay. So that's if two of you speak 2 different languages. If you are speaking just English, but you want to purposefully teach your child your other language that may not be dominant, but you still want to give that language to your child, then you do the 10 minutes a day lesson with your child. If you could do more than 1, that's great. Do 2, do 3 times. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. In general, children that have 2 or 3 languages in the household do speak later. In general, they start speaking later, but they start speaking in all of these languages. Sometimes, as many as 4 and 5 languages in the household. So I think it's almost worth it. Have them speak a bit later, as long as they're understanding everything, right? As long as their cognition is developing well. As long as they eventually get the benefit of having all of these languages that they understand and can speak. Okay? Please feel free to comment below, ask me questions. If I didn't clarify something, I will clarify it. I hope this was useful for you. Okay? See you later.